Now, you're building this great business that works without you. Fantastic. Leadership might be important. Let's find some simple things you can do just to upgrade your leadership instantly or very quickly at least. Now, going back a step, if you are on this journey of building this business that works without you, you'll be looking at things like getting the processes right, getting organization charts right, getting accountabilities in place, the culture, so on. All of these things are absolutely things that must be put in place. But at some point, someone is actually managing and leading the business. And I'm going to start with that distinction. You need both, by the way. It does come first from management. Management is more foundational in a sense. Management is about getting the right things done in the business. It's about getting productivity in the business, consistency, reliability, and management is relatively straightforward. Now, I read a book about management. It's the 30 Essentials of Management, funnily enough. Now, in that book, I identify 30 of the most straightforward things that any manager should be doing. It's a very simple task to go through that book and tick them off. Now, I've never come across anyone who does all 30 all the time properly, so you can always improve. But going through that list is what I would view as more foundational. Get the management practices going in your business as a foundation. Now, at that point, you've got a couple of things you will want to explore. One is, if you want to distinguish leadership, you'll want to bring some of that to the table as well. And to me, leadership is much more about where are we going and why. It's the motivation, it's the inspiration for your team. It's directional. Management is making sure it's all happening. So leadership is great from that perspective. To be honest though, there are various activities that could be classified as both, that have an impact on the management definition and the leadership definition. So let's not get hung up on which is which for now. Let's focus on a number of things, all of which are pretty straightforward, or all of which you can do quite quickly that will have an impact on your team and a positive impact on your team. Call them leadership, call them management, I don't mind which. Now, the first of which is just make sure you're spending a decent amount of time talking about the future. Part of the role of leadership is to create that compelling picture of the future, something that your team will want to get behind. So it's creating that picture, it's talking about that picture, it's sharing it with them, giving them that clarity of where we're going, and where we're going being a destination that we're all a bit motivated by. So talk about the future. Simple as that. Teach someone something. Leaders tend to be very good at growing the people under them. Great leaders tend to have great followers, and it's the great followers that enable them to succeed together. So if you want to do something useful today, find one of your team and teach them something. Coach them a little bit. Give them some feedback. Give them a new idea. The more you grow your team, the better the outcome for anyone. And it is absolutely the activity of a great leader. The third I have here, looking out. In fact, let's be proactive, seeking out a new idea. And what we're talking about here is wandering through your business, talking to people, seeing who's got a new idea. It demonstrates great leadership or management. What it also does, though, it gives you a chance to hear from the team. And on the one hand, you'll learn things, and that's useful in and of itself. But in terms of getting the team engaged, getting the team motivated, getting them thinking about new things, but you simply wandering around chatting to people and asking for their ideas has a multitude of benefits to you and to the business. And again, it's the sign of a great leader, and it makes sure your people can see you as that. So definitely worth doing. Now, I was told by my first boss that one of the things I should always do as a manager is catch someone out every day. Catch someone out in your team, Andrew, every day doing the right thing. Giving recognition of good performance is something that should happen frequently. And in my mind, every day is a good starting point. It's almost, I've had clients who have had a little pop-up reminder, come up on their phone at sort of 5 p.m. every day and say, just catch someone out. And they would stop and they'd just think through, who have I seen doing some good work? Or what's some good work I've seen that I would be able to give some feedback to someone? And even a text message at 7 p.m. saying, Mary, I saw that piece of work you produced. That's brilliant. That's exactly what we're after. Thank you. The fact that you as the boss are actually thinking about Mary at 7 p.m. and giving that feedback works wonders. Very, very powerful for motivating people. So give feedback, give that positive feedback, and do it frequently. Now, there's a saying, get mad, then get even. in a leadership context, slightly different to what it usually means, I suppose. But the point here is, as a leader, if you want to be a successful business leader, you're going to, if you're going to be successful, you're going to face some good times. You're also going to face some bad times. Any business is going to go through challenges. Teams go through challenges. And you need to have the wherewithal, the presence, the calmness to deal with both and deal with them quite equally. Hubris isn't going to help you. The fact that you have a great week, a great month, and you have your best record-breaking sales month ever doesn't mean the business is finished and you've won forever. It means you've had a good month. So you shouldn't be getting too excited. Likewise, though, you had a bad week. Competitors done something really hard. Market's got some problem. For God's sake, there might be a pandemic out there. These things can happen. Part of your job, if you want to be an effective leader, is to remain calm, to exude that calmness, to demonstrate that calmness so that others feel it as well. The other activities I'm going to mention are very core to management. But it's something, if you're doing it already, do more of it. If you're not doing it, definitely start. I mean, simple one, delegate. Delegating, I'd say this is more management to me, but the way in which you empower people, the way in which you give them that freedom to deliver an outcome can absolutely be part of leadership as well. Delegating as a manager or a leader should be the default position. Anything that comes in, any new challenge, any new opportunity, any new piece of work, default position should be, who do I delegate this to? You're the leader. Your primary role is to get the best out of the team. So making sure you're delegating well. Another one, actively listening, asking questions. You can read my book, The Question Code, if you feel you're not great at asking questions. But as a way of understanding people, obviously it's critical. But as a way of communicating, engaging with people, actually getting them to connect, and therefore actually influencing them, by the way. Questioning is invaluable. It's probably the single most valuable skill there is. So get good at it. But part of it is listening well, active listening, recognizing and repeating sometimes, paraphrasing what you've heard, nodding, reacting, responding. But first and foremost, what does good listening look like? It doesn't look like talking. Ask questions and don't feel the need to then provide the answer as well. Don't put in your 5 cents worth. Just listen. So listening is good. The last one is bring energy. Come on. If you want to be a leader, this I wouldn't say is management. If you want to be a good leader, you've got to bring that sort of positive energy, that enthusiasm that will exude the team. I mean, I think it's something you can make a decision in the morning. You get up and you can say, today's going to be a great day. I'm bringing energy today. I'm positive today. And bring it. And that will have an impact on the rest of your team. How you interact with them, how you simply conduct yourself. If you've got that positive energy, that enthusiasm, it will have a knock-on effect. And that alone can inspire a lot of people, motivate your team, move them in that direction you want them to go in, and help you all to achieve some great results. There you are. They're all straightforward. You can do, I think probably all of them you could do today. Start doing them, do them a lot, and watch how your team gets moving. All the best.